Hey there, Bear fam. Welcome to another episode of Bear Thoughts. We're approaching the festive season, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm certainly waiting for the festive celebrations, gifts, and joy. But we can't skip celebrations without an element of sustainability, can we? That's just not an option for us. Beyond a few swaps here and there, sustainability is truly a lifestyle choice that extends to the way that we perceive each and every component of our lives. Amidst all the excitement, let's take some time to reflect on the impact that our celebrations have on the environment. Embracing zero waste practices is a meaningful way to pay homage to the planet and the spirit of festivities. It's super heartwarming to know that zero waste is increasingly becoming a ubiquitous concept across the board, and it's gradually gaining more traction. But zero waste is not a new concept that has recently started doing the rounds. It's quite the contrary, actually, since zero waste living has existed in the Indian cultural fabric for time immemorial. It's deeply rooted in the Indian DNA through long-term practices that are innately sustainable. From food practices to reusing containers to hand-me-downs, these customs offer lessons in reducing waste while preserving resources. To explain this better, let me take you through some everyday examples that showcase how deeply rooted we have always been in terms of being mindful of our consumption, embodying a zero waste lifestyle. Almost all of these practices can be extended while celebrating festivals. This just goes to show the versatility of zero waste practices. For starters, our culinary practices are designed to minimize food waste. Our food consumption patterns emphasizes the usage of seasonal and local ingredients, which certainly ensures freshness of ingredients and reduces carbon footprint incurred on transportation. When it's mango season, there's so many dishes made using mango in its various forms. Raw mangoes go into making pickles, curries, and juice concentrates such as aam panna, while the fruit is consumed as a whole or in a curry too. Indian cooking makes use of the entire ingredient from root to tip. Even ingredients that are commonly neglected, such as vegetable peels, stems, and seeds, feature as hero ingredients in chutneys and condiments. This is also the outcome of severe famine in regions like West Bengal, which demanded the communities to utilize every single ingredient. Its roots in tragic times, this is a practice that still continues. Practices such as fermentation and preservation helps to extend the shelf life of ingredients while enhancing the flavors too. A mango pickle is bound to be more finger-licking delicious 6 months since it was first made. Pickling ingredients also allows for you to consume ingredients which you wouldn't otherwise. Would you consume a lemon peel? You wouldn't, but because we pickle them, you get the chance to eat the lemon zest directly, which is highly nutritious. Not only are ingredients completely reused, but food leftovers are also transformed into new dishes. Every Indian mother has morphed last night's curry into cutlets or pizza toppings or chutneys. And this comes in handy during festive seasons too, when food wastage is more than usual. Sharing food with your extended community, such as family, friends, and neighbors, is a common practice in Indian households. By distributing foods fresh to your local community, from your neighbors to your everyday domestic helpers who make our lives easier, we're sharing a cultural practice that fosters a sense of camaraderie. Bonus points because this also significantly prevents food wastage. Packaging the food in reusable containers which can be returned is a great way to reduce single-use plastic packaging such as cellophane wrappers or aluminum foils. Plus, there are so many biodegradable packaging options available, such as beeswax wraps, which can also double up as a nice gift. Speaking of packing, our cutlery is handed down generation after generation, reflective of sustainable practices here too. Metal and stainless steel boxes are passed down from one generation to the next. In many cases, names of the owners of the boxes were ingrained on it, giving the box an identity. boxes are repeatedly put in cycle, thereby avoiding the need to purchase new boxes subsequently. You can also avoid single-use plastic cutlery on your travels by simply carrying along your own cutlery sets wherever you go. Having a plate, spoon, fork, tumbler, straw, and bottle can save tons of single-use plastic cutlery units that would otherwise meaninglessly end up in landfills. Ensuring that we're segregating our waste and then composting it can enhance soil health and reduce landfill contributions. Furthermore, emphasizing local seasonal produce in tandem with traditional food practices can further minimize environmental impact. Another aspect of zero waste practices during festivals that I'd like to quickly spotlight is clothing. Back in the day, Diwali was pretty much the only time families went out of their way to purchase clothes for their children and themselves. This practice ensured mindful consumption, which inculcated a practice of maintaining clothes for the long term. Things have changed quite drastically now. With fast fashion becoming all the rage, coupled with discounts galore, frequent purchases are on the rise. And this results in overconsumption and frequent disposal, which leads to a huge strain on our landfills and depletion of resources used in producing clothes. If you're someone who feels that you have too many clothes piled up in your wardrobe, maybe choose to avoid purchasing something this time around. Instead of purchasing something new, you can engage in a swap clothes exercise with a friend or a cousin and add some new spark to your wardrobe. Or you can maybe make something new for yourself using what you have lying already. And if you'd really like to get something new, maybe you can choose to thrift instead of buying something that's absolutely brand new. By doing so, you're not only mindful of your consumption, but you're also being kinder to the planet. Contrary to popular practice, the festive season is not about quantity, it's about quality. It's about the quality of time that you're able to spend with your loved ones, the quality of food you serve them, and more. The intent with which you celebrate outweighs any superficial grandeur. Even this sentiment has been passed down to us. This festive season, let's collectively work together to embrace long-standing customs. The answer for many of the modern waste issues that we are facing lies in our roots, and we can cultivate those to respect our resources and tradition. By incorporating these into our festive days and the days going forth, we can build a more sustainable way of life. And with that thought, we come to the end of this episode of Bare Thoughts. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, let's continue to make zero waste the norm and not the exception.